对。Hi. Okay. So our next presenter is Wei, and are you ready, Wei? Oh, I have seen Wei's
Yes.
PPT
Yeah.
slides.
Um,
Okay.
do you hear me now, Professor?
Yeah, I can hear you well. All right.
Okay. So
When
do
it's
you, do you,
time, I'll let you know. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
do you see my
That's it.
okay?
Wow.
Okay. Hi
Okay,
everyone.
it's time. So please get started.
Okay. So my topic today is the influence of peer interaction on Vietnamese students' willingness to communicate in classroom environments in Taiwan, and this is my table of content. Let's take a look at the introduction. So there are a lot of the, the studies on Vietnamese students studying in English medium programs at higher education institutions in Asian contexts, such as like in Korea, in Taiwan, in Hong Kong, but most of them just focused on language choice and multicultural student as teacher interactions. But little attention has been given to peer-to-peer interactions in classroom settings using English. So um, more research needed to find out more information about the relationship between peer-to-peer interaction in the classroom. And um, another gap of the literature is that the objects of WTC willingness to communicate study are mostly normal um, undergraduate English and non-English majors, or struggling EFL learners as well. They are kind of like the example that I gave in the PowerPoint. But Leo study focusing on EFL learners at higher educational levels, such as like postgraduate students, and that's the main reason why that I I chose the participants. My participant is a postgraduate student. Another gap of the previous literature is that most of the most of the researchers they would like to find out more the relationship between WTC with the the aside with the boredom, the boredom and society, enjoyment, ideal L to self, communicative competence, or class, social class, climate, language mindset, emotion or science, and stuff like that. But the relationship between peer interactions on L2 WTC willingness to communicate are still in need of exploration. And let's move on to the literature review. So there are two of the main concepts that there are three the main concepts that I would like to give. The first one is peer interaction. Of course, peer interaction is a form of cooperative learning that enhances the value of student-to-student interaction and results in different advantages of learning outcomes. And the second one is willingness to communicate in a second language. This kind of like very important because it plays an important role in multi. It's kind of like it's establishing my interview questions later. I will talk about it more later. And its definition is like the learner's readiness to enter into this discourse at a particular time with a specific person or persons using an L2. And the relationship between L2 WTC and classroom environment, according to the research conducted by KTV and 2016, he stated that classroom environment plays an important role in WTC it affects WTC a lot. And the purpose of this study is investigate um, the predictive influence of peer interaction on WTC in second language among Vietnamese postgraduate students learning non-English majors in classroom in Taiwan. And I conducted two research questions. The first one is the role of peer interaction towards Vietnamese students WTC in classroom environments, and the second one is what are the relationships between peer interaction and WTC in classroom environments. Let's move on to my methodology. So there, I would like to choose three Vietnamese non-English major postgraduates from three different Taiwan universities. Um, this is such purposive sampling, and my instruments is semi-structured interviews in Vietnamese language. I would like to find out more the in-depth qualitative insights into the participants' personal experiences, perceptions, and feelings regarding their WTC in English. And regarding the theoretical frameworks that I conducted my interview questions, I mm, it was based on the in willingness to communicate model. As in this kind of like the model of variables influencing WTC, you could see that the willingness to communicate is in the layer two, and is it kind of like closely connected to um, layer one and layer three as well. Um, Layer one is labeled as the communication behavior. So, and another theoretical framework that I based on is like it is adapted from the interview question from general and simulated recall interview by Cal and Philip conducted in 2006 and focus group interview questions for the EL2 group by Suzy Tai conducted in um, 2024. And this is my uh, eight, eight research questions in order to answer for the research question one. And this is five interview questions I conducted to answer for the research question two. Let's move on to the data collection before with the consent form. During with the voice recording, note taking, and after with the memory check, data analysis with transcribe, coded, and memo. With transcribe, I translated from Vietnamese to English manually coded into. I identify recurring themes, and then the last one, I label themes with names. And let's move on to the last part, uh, preliminary findings. So after coding, I identify maybe like seven main codes, which are peer motivation, influence of peer dynamics, communicative competence, role of topic-related contexts, anxiety, confidence factors, preference of specific interaction types, and the last one, impact of a multicultural classroom environment. So as you can see, there are a lot of like the variables that related to the this kind of a heuristic model conducted by um, McIntyre, yeah, the WTC model. So, and this is the sample of my coding and note taking. Yeah, thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. Okay,
Yes,
so now Wei, let's move on. Let's go to our discussion room. Okay, and
yes,
class, please take the time to give comments. Okay. So we are back in the classroom. So these are two major parts. I hope that you can address in your final paper.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're very welcome. Okay.